Where? Oh, oh, it's right there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Aha. You did real good. That adding to the armor dealio proved to me that I hate big brained enough to be playing games like this. No, like, seriously, like, I normally don't think of stuff like that until, like, I'm 4 tries in, and then I'm like, oh wait, what about this? Like, that was a fluke. That was a tried and true fluke, IMO. This game, honestly, most of me playing this game is like just me constantly restarting battles because I keep losing. Who's this guy?
On their way to the capital, Meave and company happened one fine day upon a lone rider. Had I been at her side, I would immediately have recognized his passionate gaze and altogether chivalrous mien.
Identify yourself, sir, and your intent.
Oh, look at this guy's stash. Impressive.
Ache of Denel, I am dubbed, and my design I never conceal. The good book says the world is a garden which the gods once conferred upon man, and we men have this garden neglected. In consequence, all manner of filth has made its lair here. Drowners, ghouls, and other kobolds.
Oh, wow. Have more faith in your mad skills. I wish I could. If only I haven't put in probably like 2 hours worth of me just restarting stuff on this game. Yeah, stash is very good. The animations are really nice.
I have sworn ne'er to rest until the day when, with the gods' help, I have rid the world of these beasts and pests. I wander all lands, seeking out evil and facing it in mortal combat.
There's something like almost hand-drawn-esque to it, but at the same time, like this like smoothness that's very like pleasing to the eye. It's like, yeah, I love the art style in this game. It's fun how like varied it is between like these cutscenes and the like overworld area.
Who do we spy? A knight errant?
Just as likely a madman.
How goes your hunt?
How goes your hunt? Caught the trail of any monster?
Monster? Too fair a term by far. An exceptionally vile worm has made its lair in nearby caverns. It is said to be the very distillation of filth. A slithering horror. A mélange of the macabre.
Wow, that alliteration.
Its head, that of a wild cat of Ophir. Its maw full of spiked teeth. The wings of a bat it is said to have. The tail of a scorpion, and from it, a thick venom drips. Learned men call this variety a manticore, or mardiacore.
Manticore? Isn't that one of the, isn't there a school of the Manticore? Am I making that up? I think that's a Witcher school.
Perhaps it will be most prudent, then, to send for a Witcher.
A Witcher? Soulless automatons they are, all. Feeding on common folks' fears.
Rude.
What they demand gold to do, I perform without demand of any coin.
How dare you insult Geralt like that?
Sir Ake, far be it from me to discourage you.
And,
Your endeavor is
Papa
noble,
Vesemir,
no doubt.
too.
But from what I have heard, manticores are exceedingly dangerous beasts.
You can't say such things about Daddy Vesemir.
To defeat this filth alone could be a difficult task, I'll not deny. Yet try it I must, for it is what I have sworn before the gods.
Let's see.
We shall help you find and fight the Manticore, provided you then pledge to help us fight an even fiercer and filthier beast.
Of course, my lady. Yet what manner of horror is it? A viper?
Capitalism.
A griffin? A drake of some rare form?
The bourgeoisie.
Were it only. 'Tis a beast of 1,000 heads, covered in black armor, its fire consuming whole villages.
Noble lady. I know Bestia is only in parts, yet I've seen some of the world, and never have I heard of such a terror.
You need but look about you, and spot Nilfgaard's legions.
He's like, I don't get it.
Devastating. But you must forgive me, Your Grace. This struggle between realms is not one to which I can lay a hand.
Do we insist? Or do we just be like, okay, fine. Like, you do you, fam. This I mean, like, I'm the queen. I can get him to do what I want. Do you, fam?
If such is your view, I shall not insist.
I shall not insist.
The care you show for my folk I greatly appreciate, Sir Ake of Denell. Godspeed.
And to you,
Godspeed.
Your Majesty.
Yeah, bye, cool stash. See you later. Fair enough. We have a fast travel point. And we are just about...
Home at last, Your Grace.
We shall not enjoy it long, I fear. Soon we must face the black-clads in the field.
Yet a moment's peace we will have. After that drubbing you gave them at Dravigrad, they'll wish to rethink their strategy.
Section end. You're approaching an important moment in your journey. If you choose to continue, you will not be able to resume any unfinished activity in this area. Total time spent 6 hours 41 minutes. Quest completed 14. Puzzles completed 7. Standard battles 1 4. Golden chests found 10 out of 10. But like, was it all of the puzzles? Was it all of the quests? All the standard battles? I hope so.
Neve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule.
Oh no.
Neve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Willem,
Willem's
I
sad.
trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
Say your
All
piece.
right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
Okay.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear, What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again,
That's good.
I, Meve, by the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Your Grace. Mother. The peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes? Out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something Meve would want to do, like, at all.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open...
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravograd. I faced them and crushed them.
I crushed them.
But your grace, the losses. For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee
Bend
afore
the
the
knee.
Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Bend the knee.
Nay, never. Understood, Caldwell. Not ever.
Oh no, she
I'd
won't
hoped to
bend the
persuade
knee.
you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Meve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
Oh.
What is this? Treason to my eyes. The gallows is what awaits you.
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
Oh my god.
You err deeply, my son.
The Queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe, a courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Meve stood powerless, her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
Yeah, they locked us up. So like we made it home, and we went and talked to our son, and we were like, son, how could you let the Nilfgaardians like invade? And he was like, sorry, not sorry. And then we had a council, and then basically the son and the council decided that they were gonna like swear fealty to Nilfgaard without any input from the queen. And so then they like locked up the queen, and now her son is ruling, and she's just like, the fuck? Oh my god. No! No! Wait, no, that's okay. No! No! I rely on that card.
Have I come at a bad
I
time?
lost so many cards. No. You've come at a terrible time, Caldwell.
Demons
I hate
take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact,
thought I
of
heard
course.
correct.
But still,
Thanks, I hate it.
Willem, you turned him. How?
the boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman, which terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just
Caldwell,
yesterday, in
you
fact.
sneaky man.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Epdahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
Why would I do that? Why? What? No. Go plow yourself, Caldwell.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate, beg you for mercy. Plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace. And use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction.
These nuts, Caldwell. These nuts.
Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well,
If you want to
nearly
plow,
anything.
go to Nilfgaard. True. Caldwell can go over to
Duke of
Nilfgaard and leave
Dogs.
us alone.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
A no and a no. Actually, you're free.
What?
How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you.
Okay,
That's to say,
so
on one
Caldwell
condition.
also screwed over this guy, so as revenge, this guy is helping us. I like not Gaston.
You've got to request it of me, milady. Courteously.
For my realm I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
I don't mind courteously requesting this of him. Like, Meve can be brought down a couple pegs. IMO.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. The true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
Let's go.
I'm grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Wait, we're not in the city jail, so then
Would you look at this one?
where are we?
Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
When do I get my cards back?
Hold, milady. Unarmed, alone.
Have I any other option?
In a
Dressed as a
sense.
boss and ready to fuck shit
See,
up.
they locked
Let's
a few
go.
strays in the city pits too.
Meve is
Got a
ready
common
to
cause,
fight.
I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen.
Yay, Reynard.
Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight,
Yes.
even die at your side, your grace.
Nice.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts
Standard
ran into
battle
one such
or
unit.
Special battle.
We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Let's see. Special battle, okay.
Gascon,
And I only have...
bloody hell, where'd he get to?
Your grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
These are the only things I have? Shit. Choose a dark alley to escape down. Shit! It's a man. What is our special ability? Boost an ally by 4 and give it 1 armor, then trigger all allies' loyal abilities. What if I boost him? So I don't waste these guys. But I think I have to play a card.
Aye.
War, you dirty tart.
Ow. Okay, so with the riders, after a different ally is played from hand or moved to the other row, move next to it and boost it by 1. Lyrian Landsknecht. Zeal. Gain 1 charge for loyal. Order, damage an enemy and all enemies with the same power by 1. I am just choosing the wrong things.
Ah, should have listened to me old lady. Ah.
Sod it. Sod it all.
What was that? After 3 turns on turn start, draw the top card from your deck. Oh, that one. Still haven't found an escape route, and I've already
This
put out
house
all
is
my people.
weeping, weeping black clad. Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Gascon!
Honestly, I did.
Bro! Oh, let's go!
Left, right, left, right. Again and again and again.
Okay. Okay, we have 3 turns. 3 turns. We gotta keep our points up. Okay. Okay, we got rid of 1.
As you wish, milady.
117, 122.
Back to the dust whence you came!
Oh, crap. Okay. I mean, why not set
Watch your
the
heads!
other row on fire as well? Have the upper hand. Okay. Okay. What I can do is
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
take out a couple more things. Oh, that was lit. That was so fun. Oh man, Gascon came
I
in
thank
with
you,
some
Gascon.
Great cards.
You and your men, for your aid.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never
That
say
was
no
awesome.
to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Spicy.
Having fled Lyria, Queen Meve ventured into Edirn, her old friend Reynard and new ally Gascon at her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Meve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight, Scoia'tael no less. Emerging from a wood, Meave's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the Queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Reynard, take off your rose-colored specs.
Well said. Lyrians, attack!
Yeah, the elf onion soup was really weird. It's a card that I have, and it's a good card, but it's got ears in it. And I don't know how I feel about an ear in my soup. I don't like it. So, my thought, yeah, I want like more of these. That's not gonna help me. What is this? If in hand, deck, or on the battlefield, strengthen self by 1 whenever an enemy or allied card is moved. I mean, interesting, but I need to be doing damage, so... Okay.
Hang the butcher! Below her!
What if I...
She can't breathe, Your Grace.
both of these,
We must
like,
rush to her aid.
like the same amount of damage to them, and then mark them, and then they'll go away, sort of thing, but... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, if this unit is alone on its row, on turn start, move it to Meade's side. So, what would it? I set a row on
Catch!
and I use my ability.
Me. Duam Vacamist.
Fire isn't doing anything to them. They just
Gold!
killed someone.
Blasana!
Oh,
Free the warrior!
okay. 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 Let's set another row on fire.
I smell a leak.
So it's over here. Yes. Okay. We good.
The Scoia'tael warriors shocked the Queen with their speed, their cunning, and their cruelty. Yet in the end, the Lyrians prevailed. When the last elf hit the ground, the Queen had her men untie those they'd sought to hang.
1,000 thanks, Your Grace. Heard many tales of your valor. Pleased to see they weren't just flattery and propaganda. I'm...
Black Rayla. Haga, we saw you there. You command King Demoven's special forces.
That's right. Though not many remain to command.
So I see. How did it come to this?
My liege sent me to wipe out a Scoia'tael band, led by a rat called Eldain. Followed the vermin's tracks for several days. Straight into his trap, turned out.
Hunting elves in the woods. Truly inspired, I must say.
Had no choice. Doing nothing would have brought us surer, swifter doom. The Black Clad have invaded Edirn. Thanks to elven aid. They snap our supply lines, lurk like dogs, prey on vulnerable units and scouts.
You mean to say Nilfgaard's broken your defenses?
Aye. Though their march will soon halt, believe me. To advance, they'll have to take Rosberg.
Yeah, Rayla
a stronghold
is,
that's
like,
yet to fall once.
Stupid
They'll break
pretty.
against its walls like waves upon the rocks.
Like, oh, and her hair looks so good. Ugh, incredible.
While Edirn stands, the north is not yet lost.
I'll convey your grace's words to the king at the first occasion.
I'd rather hope to convey them myself.
Optimistic, I guess.
I have come to Edirn seeking aid. I wish to ask Demoven for support.
The king is in Rosberg, overseeing siege preparations. I'm heading that way too to report on our skirmish with the Scoia'tael. I might serve as your guide, These lands I know better than any.
Nice.
Excellent. Guide on.
She has joined us. Okay. Hooty hoo. Okay, the game has been saved.